I'd like to begin my remarks by, recognizing our American farmers. They are the greatest conservationists in the world, and it is only with their lead that we can continue to protect our natural resources and habitats while also continuing to feed the world. Mr. Wise, I know a little bit about what you're dealing with. My dad managed the Georgia Hereford Farm right outside of Augusta, Georgia, when he returned from World War II. I was born and raised on that farm, and in fact, I have a picture of my dad standing with their champion bull in the sales barn. And at that time, that bull was purchased, I believe, by a big farm in the Midwest. Any chance that y'all bought a bull in 1949 outside of Augusta, Georgia?
I recommend the witness just say yes.
I would love to find that answer for you.
I want to know the answer
too.
too.
Young for that, but so.
Yeah, and I can't remember what my dad said that thing sold for, but it was a champion bull. So, but I also understand what you're going through today. We've got the White House combined with my colleagues who are a real threat to the family farm today, and in the name of this climate god of this new world religion. While it's very clear in the first chapter of the scriptures that we know who's actually in charge of the climate, and of course we know the planet is warming, but nobody can tell me what we're doing and how we're putting our economy and our farms at risk, trying to bring that temperature down and how much they can bring it down, but that's another subject. But you mentioned the CRP program and the flexibility. I've had the same problems, and Mr. Crowder, I've heard frequent complaints from my timber farmers that the CRP is too inflexible. And if landowners were provided the option to substitute land that is already under CRP contract with the same acreage of similarly environmental sensitive land, would there be cause for concern?
Mr. Allen, NACD supports CRP immensely. But I would say that we support that the most environmentally sensitive ground is prioritized. So prime farm ground would be of less priority in CRP. In Washington, we have some issues where CRP is overprescribed in some counties due to sage grouse initiatives. And that's one thing that it's more of a localized issue. But CRP is a great tool for farmers.
It is, but we've got to make it more flexible for them because things change. And you put these things in a program for long term. And but I've had problem after problem. People wanting to, for example, use the pine straw. People wanting to do other things like they have property that they need to flip, and they were willing in this case to even give more property to CRP, but the government turned them down. And so we've got to figure out in this next farm bill how to make that more flexible. Ms. Berg, if equip funds were allowed to be used to help pay for precision ag technology, would this help farmers address natural resource concerns and deliver environmental benefits according to the purpose of the program?
Absolutely. EQIP is definitely, EQIP is definitely a tool that farmers need out there to help integrate precision agriculture and technology to help manage the natural resources and promote soil health in our farming practices.
All right. And of course, I want to talk about the feral hog problem, but at first, Mr. Weiss, I got to ask you, what kept you from being able to get the water from the ground or wherever to water your cattle? And I don't know, y'all irrigated out there or non-irrigated? So you're dry land? Okay, well in Georgia we have to irrigate. But anyway, what was the holdup? Was it the federal government?
Well, we water on a lot of ponds.
Yeah.
And the ponds were running dry.
Yeah.
So we were looking to run a water line to make an extra tank into that particular pasture. And the holdup was just the process. We applied, did all the paperwork, and
who did you apply to? The state or
the state? Yep.
Okay.
We waited and we waited, and nothing ever came about of it. And we got to water the livestock, so we just went ahead and bit the bullet and did it. And Again, it wasn't ideal, but it's what we had to do.
All right. Well, sounds like you need some leadership in the state of Iowa there. All right. Well, I'll yield back.